Hey, what's up YouTube? It's King Vita here, and I'm back with another review. This time I'm reviewing the Power Rangers Legacy Power Morpher. I think that's what it's called. So, there is the Power Rangers Legacy Morpher right here. And this is the second version that came out. The first one was made in plastic. This one is with die cast, as you can see. So let's take a closer look at this thing. This is actually a really cool toy. If you're going to use this for cosplay purposes, there is another version of this toy, which is plastic. Like I said, this one's die cast, so it weighs more. And what's cool about this is, we'll take a quick look at this, then the Morpher itself. This is the holster that it comes with. And as you can see, there is an indentation right here. And that is for this, the Zeo Ranger. Now, I don't understand why, because if you place it against it, you'll notice that there's a gap there. There it is. You'll notice that there's a gap there. So it doesn't really, fit the whole thing properly. However, if you turn it around, this does fit everything together. And it's just one, the gap is completely gone. What I don't understand is why this is for this. But regardless, we'll take a look at this separate, like right there. So there is the Sentai, the Zeo Ranger, Geo Ranger, I don't even know, Dai Ranger, I don't even know. I don't follow Power Rangers on Japan. Is it any good? Is it any bad? I don't know. Here's the American Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So that's pretty cool. It's you can choose what you want to be. So it has two sides, you know. This isn't just black. On the first model, this was black, but I guess they decided to add another morpher on the back to make it seem like, you know, you can choose what you want to cosplay as. You have this or you have this. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad that they did that on the second mold, which would be this one. The first one was plastic. This is all die cast. See, this is die cast, everything. And also, the first one, I think, had stickers, whereas this one, everything's molded in. Power Rangers, that's all molded in. This is painted on. As you can see, mine is chipping away, but this is paint. Okay, whereas the first one were stickers. Mine has this weird, annoying thing that I don't know if this is a common problem with these morphers, but mine has this thing on the bottom. The bottom part doesn't really stick too well, so this thing just likes falling out. Again, I don't know if this is common with these morphers, but that's what mine does. Yeah. Now, the way this works is, this is a die cast button. They molded in so they would have two buttons, like the actual morpher, and a way for this to clip on. Like that. However, this button doesn't work. This is just molded in. This one here is just molded in. This is an actual button. You can tell the difference because this one, this line right here, if I put it in the light, see, it goes through this, it goes over this button. This is just molded in. Whereas this one doesn't have that line. So this is a button. This is just molded in plastic. And what this button does, there you go. It opens the Morpher. Now what's cool about this Morpher is, compared to the other one, is the other one does not do this at all. The first version does not do this at all. It's just one piece like that. And if you wanted to open it, you're tough out of luck because I don't think it does that. But yeah, opening this and looking at it on the inside, you'll notice that there is a red see-through plastic. And these things here, this whole, let me put it there, this whole thing that goes around the coin, they're lights. And the reason why this is see-through plastic is so you could see the lights. Now the way to turn this on is very simple. You'll notice if you open this, if you pull the handle down, it reveals a switch right here. It's a hidden switch. It says off and on right there. So the way to turn this on is if you do this and hit this switch, you'll hear lights and sounds. Let's try that again. From the front, so you can see what it looks like. Okay, and if you didn't see that clearly, this will be a lot easier to see. Hit the switch, and you'll get that, the Power Rangers theme. Actually, the Power Rangers morphing sound. Do, 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 do. You know, the main thing. Now, there's 3 sounds that this toy comes with. The first one is that one. The second one is, if you hit this button here, see? That was sound number 2 and sound number 3. I'll do it again. And then, okay. Now the last sound, that was 3. The last sound is the whole theme song. This thing plays the entire Power Rangers theme song. So, we'll look at that for a minute here. And if you let it go, there you go. Now, the more you hold this thing, if you keep it held for the longest, it'll just keep replaying that song on loop over and over and over again. So there's that. Now, also, there's one other mechanism that this thing has, this Morpher has. And if you press this button, the Zeo Ranger or Die Ranger, whatever, logo on the back, you could pop the coin out. Now the way that works is if you push this down, let me open this. You'll notice there's two little black circles. Those circles there are connected to this button. So if you press them, see, they kind of jut out. And the purpose of that is to push the coin out. See? You'll push the coin out using these. Or, some people do that, or I think that's unnecessary because if you pop the coin back on, you could still pop it off either way. You don't need this to be opened at all. You just close it. Now, let's take a quick look at this coin here. Every coin that comes with this Morpher here, okay, are like this. This is Billy's coin, and I'll show you another coin that I have. Most of these coins are old, so I think I gave some away and they're lost to time. However, I will show you what they look like. Here's Kimberly's coin. Okay? Billy and Kimberly. I have Billy's on because, come on, Billy's awesome. He's the Blue Ranger. Even though my favorite color is red. So this is what the coins look like. And I like that they're die-cast metal. This is the second version. They're die-cast metal, whereas the first version, they're plastic. Now, the first version had these little notches, these little grooves here. Let me zoom in. Okay. These little grooves right here, these lines right there, as you can see. Focus. See these lines here? The first version didn't come with those lines. The first version was just a plastic circuit, a plastic coin with these two little nods here and I think on this side as well. And the way to put them on is you had to open the Morpher, okay, and the Morpher had some sort of gaps here and here, I think. And what you would do is you would place the coin, whereas the pieces of plastic jutting out from the side would align, okay, and you would turn to lock the coin in, okay, and that's what it would look like. However, this one, as you could see, doesn't have those. This is just one solid metal piece. And the reason I say metal is because the other one was made of plastic. So they've completely redone the mold for them. And another cool thing about the coin is the first one was just molded in plastic, whereas this one is molded in metal with a weathered look, a weathered textured look. Here, let me show you. Notice that there's light there, but this part is darker. It's darker metal, so that's very cool. Same thing with Kimberly's coin here. The part that sticks out the most is lighter than the part that doesn't. See, this part here is darker, and it has a weathered, used, old look to it. So that's cool. That's one thing that the original plastic coins didn't have, that these do. So I think that's very nice attention to detail. Who made this toy? Bandai? I don't even know. Yes, Bandai. Bandai. It says it right here. And this was made in 2012. Come on. There it is. Bandai 2012. Made in China. So, yeah, very nice attention to detail this time around from Bandai. Whereas the first version, it was just, you know, plastic. This was black. All this was black. And the first version couldn't do that. And it was just, you know, Velcro, stick it on your belt, and there you go, you're a Ranger. This one, again, they went above and beyond to make this. There's another version, again, where this is gold and it's Tommy's. And I think there's another version of this one as well. They re-released this one, I think, twice or something. But yeah, this right here was their, I guess, their perfected attempt at making a Morpher after the plastic one. And I guess they kind of modeled every other Morpher after this one. All they did was change the color to insinuate that it's a different Ranger. But it's still the same. Die-cast, metal, and everything. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So let me take Billy's coin and pop it back on here. There you go. And it's got a bit of weight to it because it's die-cast metal. It's got a bit of weight to it. Where I'm sure the other one, since it's plastic, would be light as a feather. I wouldn't know. I don't own the plastic one. But yeah, that's pretty much it about this Morpher. There's nothing to it. This is painted gold. This isn't real gold. So if it was real gold, I'd probably be rich and this would be a lot heftier. But other than that, that's pretty much it. There's nothing to it. I already showed the lights and sounds of this. And yeah, let's get into comparison. I'll show two types of comparisons. This, how it normally is, then with this right here. Okay? So we'll put that off there. And we'll bring a Lightning Collection toy. Just to show you how big it is. There you go. Compared to a Lightning Collector. Collection. Lightning Collection toy. Okay? As well as with the holder itself. There it is. Yeah, it's about the same size as a Lightning figure. It's slightly bigger if you put it sideways. So there's that. Here is Mr. Refractor, because he has to be there. Okay? He's the exact same size as Refractor here, if you flip it sideways. With the holster. He's a lot bigger. This thing is a lot bigger. So there you have that. Get out of here. Go! Get out of here. Get out. here he is with Bumblebee. It is with Bumblebee. It's about the same size as Bumblebee. And with the holder, it's a lot bigger than Bumblebee with the holder. And finally, here he is. Here it is, Force of Habit, with the Megazord itself. Nice. I will review him later on, so keep an eye out for that. Because I've got quite a lot to talk about that Megazord. But yeah, there is the Power Rangers Legacy Morpher. If anyone else, if anyone wants to get this toy, sure, go ahead. This used to be, I think this used to be available in Toys R Us, but since they went out of business, I'm sure you could find this other places. I have not found this in Big Bad Toy Store at all, so I can't really recommend it for this toy. I guess you could try Amazon, eBay, any of those other sellers. Amazon, eBay. I do not know. Probably this does not. This is not on Big Bad Toy Store. I don't know if Big Bad Toy Store has this. Probably not. But it's worth a shot. But either way, that is the Power Rangers Legacy Morpher. And I mean, it's really good. It really looks good on your shelf. And I think that, you know, for any Power Rangers fan, this is definitely one to have. This is definitely the one to get. The other one depends on if you like the original or the Tommy version. The Tommy one is this, but gold. And that's pretty much it. There's nothing to it. Same holster, same everything. The only difference is the metal, because it's a different color, and the coin as well. With the Tommy, with Tommy's coin, with Tommy's Morpher, you get the white and the Green Ranger coin. Whereas this one, you get all 5 Rangers. So, you know, and the packaging is very different as well. This is silver, right there. And Tommy's is gold. So that's the only difference. The holster is the same. This is the same. Everything is the same. Besides that. Besides the gold and the coin. It's the exact same thing. So, again, if you want to get this for cosplay purposes or anything like that, again, be mindful that this is heavy. This is die-cast, so, yeah. It's best to keep these toys to either play with or collect. I would go for the latter, because if you play with these, then, you know, you might break them, and I don't know, to Ranger fans, they're really good collector's items. Especially to me, because I am a Ranger fan. But, yeah, either way, be very careful with these. Because, again, if a little kid is playing with these are heavy. Pretty heavy. So, especially for a kid. So yeah, this is more of a collecting. If you want to play with a Morpher, there are plastic ones you can actually have, and they come with the coins. But as I said before, the coins are plastic with these two little notches coming out the side, and you could just turn it. There you go. Instead of just this being one whole metal piece. And the back says Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, whereas the plastic one does not. It's just a hollow piece, a hollow plastic golden piece. So there's that. Or my bad, a hollow plastic piece painted gold. So that's pretty much it. Again, great great toy to own if you're a collector of Power Rangers and sorts. So there's that. So there is the Power Rangers Legacy Morpher. And this King Vita saying laters.